It's Barbie T as we are getting ready to go live for our Ghosted this morning. This one, pretty crazy. This guy ended up getting drunk. When you get drunk to the point where you can't remember some things, quickest way to get ghosted.
To get ghosted, kick to the side. See you later.
So we're about to talk to this girl and see what's going on there. Good morning. As you're joining us on our lives, hit us up with where you're watching and all that good stuff. And we're getting ready to start up here in about 40 seconds. By the way, Jared just posted up a TikTok, Dex and Barbie T TikTok. This one was where Barbie tried to show me the D pic.
Oh, really? That one? Oh, I want to see that one.
Yeah, that one just got posted up. So we're gonna go ahead and have that on there, and we're also putting those on YouTube too. The shorts, man, it's been killing on YouTube.
Really?
Yes, to me, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, well, which way do we go? Do we go YouTube or do we go TikTok? What's up, Kokethia, Vicky? Wow, we got a lot of people on early. What's up, Macy? Good morning.
Good morning.
Grand Rising. Rick G, Corey, everybody's in here. Good. Today I find out if I have a tooth growing in my nose. Going to the doctor. If you missed that earlier, I'll explain. Here we go. All right, so here's what we know. This guy wanted to know, Aiden said that, hey, he met this girl on Tinder. Things were progressing. He was happy about things. They went out a couple of times on their third date, I believe it was.
Yeah, he got blackout drunk, so he really doesn't even know what happened or what he did.
Well, he said that they ended the night, I think, at his place, but when he woke up, she wasn't even there. And so we called her up, and Charlotte says there were several reasons why she ghosted him. Good morning. So he said that everything was going pretty well at the beginning. You guys were chatting, texting, and all that, right?
Over text, he seemed like a really great guy. I was really excited to go out in person with him. But when we actually met up, he was so obnoxious. We got drinks, and that was all good. But I don't know, immediately after he started drinking, he just started talking about himself and on and on and on. And that's not the worst thing, because he actually peed on me. Peed on me, got blackout drunk, and I had to pick up the bill.
Wait, he peed on you as in number one on how did he do that? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, just acting weird, and I don't know, I thought he was going in for a kiss, and I was a little drunk too, so I didn't know what was going on, but then I literally felt my leg get warm and wet, and then I looked down, he was peeing on me.
Oh, no.
Ew, that's so gross.
I mean, listen, I may have drank a lot, but I don't think I would have peed on somebody. I've never peed on, unless you got stung by a jellyfish, I never peed on anybody.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. Okay, I will never forget the feeling of being peed on. Maybe you would have remembered that if you weren't so drunk. And by the way, also, I'm still waiting for you to pay me back.
Okay, I told you I was going to pay you back when I got my wallet, all right? I lost my wallet that night, and I told her I was going to pay her back, and I just had to cancel my cards. But once I get the cards, and it's not like I don't have the money. I can pay her.
You could definitely Cash App, Venmo. I mean, those things are available.
That's a good point.
I'll do that. That's no problem.
Back.
I'll Venmo. I don't care.
Okay.
You have done that night, and the fact that you peed on her, whether you remember it or not, it definitely happened.
I did not pee on her. I think I would know if I peed on somebody.
Oh, would you ever forget if someone peed on your leg?
What, do you think she's making it up?
Right, and you clearly said you don't remember the night at all because you were blackout drunk.
I know me. I know that I know my bladder. I know I'm not going to pee on somebody.
You know you so well that you didn't remember if I stayed over or not?
Well, that's different.
How's that different? Listen, people make these kinds of mistakes. Sometimes people pee the bed after drinking too much. You know what I mean? This is not an uncommon thing.
But you don't pee on someone. He peed on her, not in the bed.
But I don't know. Peeing in the bed and peeing on somebody are two different types of things.
So have you peed the bed when you drink?
Someone is worse.
That's possible.
What, peeing on in the bed? You've done that?
Yeah, sure. I pissed the bed.
Okay.
Okay, so it is likely that you could pee on someone.
I'm sorry. There's just no coming back from this. You peed on me. Let's just admit it, because there's no way you can deny that.
Can I just ask about the incident a little bit more? So you felt him leaning towards you. Was he leaning in front of you, or was he behind you trying to get a kiss from behind, or what was he doing?
He was right in front of my face.
Okay. And so he leans in. You thought he was leaning in for a kiss. He has his pants on at this point, right?
Yeah.
And then you start feeling the warmth.
Yep.
Wow.
Nasty.
I love the comments, by the way. We're
R.
all
Kelly.
Yeah, so many R. Kelly jokes and comments are coming in through our lives. We are live on the Hot Facebook page and on Twitch and YouTube at Dex and Barbie T, all one word, so you can follow us and subscribe there. But seriously, thoughts on this?
Disgusting. I would have ghosted him too.
Yeah, understandable. I can understand ghosting someone, especially if it was your third date. But like, really peeing on her, like I've never.
If you know you can't handle your liquor, don't drink.
And being the bed. That's another
Yeah.
thing. Like, he was okay with that part. He's just like, I'd never pee on somebody, but yeah, I'd pee the bed. 866-639-4689. I think I saw a comment on one of the lives said he was just marking his territory. Lot of R. Kelly jokes. Listen, give us a call. Tell us your thoughts. Have you ever had a date go that south where, like, alcohol was involved? Okay.
I said the D, not the P.
Seriously, have you ever had a date go seriously south because of alcohol? What went down? 866-639-4689. We'll take your calls now. Woo. I just can't. Good morning. Hang on just a second. You're going to be our first person up, all right?
Sure, Dex.
I knew it was Marie. I knew it. I got to do one thing real quick. What's up,
Let me tell you
everybody in the
right
comments?
now, somebody pee on me and can't. Sure. They won't have a pee.
Hi, good morning. Hang on just a second. We got one call ahead of you.
They will not
Time
have
this out.
one. Period.
Hey, it's Dex. Let me tell you something. If you are ready to pop the question and you're ready to get that beautiful diamond, there is no better place than Diamonds Direct. They go straight to the source. They cut out the middleman, and that's why they have amazing prices. But the other thing that really sets them apart is the education you get when you go into Diamonds Direct. They hold nothing back. Every single person that you see in there is a diamond expert, so they can inform you about everything, and they're willing to teach you. They'll teach you how they buy, how to buy like a dealer. They'll show you the inside secrets of the diamond industry. They'll show you how diamonds are priced and graded on the world market. That way, you can maximize your budget. The whole idea with Diamonds Direct is that they want you to be able to get the best possible ring at the best possible price. Whether it be a ring, whether it be a jewelry, no pressure, no expectations. Just go in, talk to them, and they'll be happy to give you all the education you need whenever it comes to buying something special. Diamonds Direct on Woodruff Road across the street from Target or diamondsdirect.com. Dr. Marie, good morning. Go ahead. What are your thoughts whenever it comes to this?
I would not have had to ghost him because I'd have been in jail and he'd have been dead. His mama would have been a black dress. Pee on me? Oh, no. No. I don't care how drunk you get. That would have sobered me up so quick and I'd have snapped his neck. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you definitely would have went Detroit on him.
Yeah. Okay.
So swift. Look,
Stab.
look, stabbing is too good for him. He needs to be shot in his skin. For real.
Jesus.
All right, Marie. Thank you. Jeez, escalating so quickly. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, guys. It's MK.
MK, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
So she's definitely nicer than me because if I'd have went out on a date with somebody and they were peeing on me, I'd have been throwing hands.
I just can't imagine. Could you imagine, like, expecting, like, they're leaning over, you think that they're leaning over to give you a kiss, and then all of a sudden you feel something warm and wet on your body.
No, I would have thrown fists for real.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I would have been throwing hands. I think the worst date I ever went on, I went out with this guy to Copper River. It was weird because I randomly met him through Facebook. And he wanted to take me out on a date, and I was like, sure. And we went to Copper River. We had a few drinks, but he was gloating about how much money he had, order whatever you want. I was like, okay, this is nice, you know. And then halfway through the night, we ran into one of my guy friends. And so I talked to one of my guy friends for a minute while we were waiting on dinner and stuff. And we go to get in the car to leave, and this guy shows his tail. Was like, I can't believe you were talking to another guy, blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, psychopath.
All because he was
And I was
blackout
like,
drunk?
No, he wasn't blackout drunk. We had a few drinks, and I talked to one of my friends that we had seen at the restaurant, and we get back in the car, and he was getting ready to take me home. First date now, getting ready to take me home, and he cusses me out for talking to another man.
Ooh,
yeah,
no.
No.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Stay away from that. Okay. Thank you, MK.
Oh, yeah. Bye.
Good morning. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Devon from Knoxville.
What up, Devon? Go ahead.
My thoughts are, and keep an open mind when I say this, if she was out wearing maybe a dress or a skirt, what if she peed on herself? Because they were both drunk. What if she peed on herself?
I think you know when you're peeing yourself.
Even if you're drunk, though. She wasn't blackout drunk, though. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, like,
I don't think she peed on herself.
yeah.
I think she peed on herself. I feel it in my bones.
Oh, my God.
I get what you're saying, but I mean, if he was leaning on her, and I don't know. I don't know.
He used the phrase blackout drunk. He admitted that he was blackout drunk. But I mean, what if she was too, and she just didn't want to admit that she was blackout drunk?
Okay.
I don't think she was.
Okay.
I don't think she was that drunk.
Interesting theory. I'm saying nah, but
No,
all right.
yeah.
Thank you for your call.
She peed on herself.
You never know. I mean, like, what if?
No, she didn't.
What if?
I don't believe that. I don't think. No, you know when you have to pee on yourself. Matter of fact, have you seen the video? It's gone viral. It's a video of these two girls. They're drunk. They clearly had a night out. They're trying to hurry up and get in the house, and they both got to pee really bad, and she can't get the keys in, and she ends up peeing on herself. They both basically end up peeing on themselves and just falling out. It's hilarious. But that would have,
What if?
when you have to go.
What if? Maybe those people didn't remember except for that video that was taken.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Next caller, Cokie. Everybody's saying next caller. They're like, screw that guy. A couple other things real quick while you're on. When you get a cut, what's the first thing that you do? I mean, just straight up open question. When you get a cut and you're like, crap, I cut myself. All right. What is the first thing that you do? I'll wait for some of the comments to come in, and then I'll tell you what doctors say you're doing wrong. All right. And Renee, I know you already heard this before, and Marie. Well, Marie can't comment because she's...
Brianna said, look at it.
Look at it. Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is the first thing. I'm like, ah!
And don't say pee on it. Super glue?
That would be gross.
Super glue it.
Some
No,
people
it's...
have. We've
What?
had that call before.
Put pressure on it. Okay. What else? Hand sanitizer, apparently. Hand sanitizer.
Oh, that's
now we're
gross.
just getting all sorts of crazy stuff. Okay.
That is definitely gross.
How bad is the cut? It's pretty bad. Like, you're worried that it might be
It's
infected.
an open wound.
It's an open wound. Cover it with something. Bleed. I bleed it a little, then wash it with soap and water. Cokeithia.
I bleed it. How do you bleed it?
Yeah.
Squeeze it out?
Yeah. Is that what you're doing? Does that mean like you're squeezing it out so that the germs don't go into your bloodstream?
It's a little chilly.
Wow, I did not expect all of these. There we go. Thank you, Prophet on Twitch. Let's see. Rise and
Rinse and add pressure.
rinse and add pressure. Clean it. How? Fingernail glue on my cuts. Let's see. Stepped on a nail the other day. What? First thing I did was wipe it with alcohol. Okay. Did you not? When you stepped on the nail, how far did the nail go up? Radio Shorty. Hey, what's up, man? Barbie's hair is definitely better than Dex's. Shut your mouth.
That Shorty?
It is, yeah.
Hey, Shorty.
Okay, so.
Take me out to dinner.
What?
Remember?
Oh, that's right. So doctors say that you're not supposed to put alcohol or put hydrogen peroxide on it, which I had no idea. And I'm just curious because I feel like that's the first thing that I would do. In fact, this happened with Barbie T, and because I was trying to save her because her cut looked gnarly. It just looked awful.
Hit the bone.
Hit the bone. Jeez, why didn't you go to the hospital? I feel like we need to bring back ER or no ER. Take a listen to this. This is what when Barbie's cut was going on, and I was trying to treat it. Oh, hold on a second. So that was us putting, what was it, alcohol or hydrogen peroxide?
I think it was hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't remember.
So I put
It hurt.
Prophet said alcohol, right? And from my understanding, that's what you're supposed to do. Doctors say you're supposed to wash it with soap and water and then put Neosporin on it. Don't put alcohol or hydrogen peroxide because it kills cells. And then we get this call. Waited 7 hours and then went to urgent care. Well, that's good. I'm glad you did that. Soap and water's best. Alcohol and peroxide kills good skin cells. That's exactly what the doctor said, Rick G. Take a listen. I could have actually had Barbie T's leg amputated. This came in this morning.
I actually am a diabetic, and I had always grown up knowing that we were supposed to use peroxide, alcohol, all that to clean cuts and scrapes. And I used peroxide on a blister on my toe that had busted open from shoes from work.
Yeah.
Come to find out, with me using peroxide and Neosporin, it killed my toe within a week and 2 days, and I had to have my toe removed.
Shut
And
up.
the doctor told me at that point, you're not supposed to use peroxide on any open wounds because it can kill the tissue.
So you had your toe amputated?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that also because you had because you were diabetic?
Yeah, I was diabetic. They told me that I could have possibly saved it had I just took the blistered toe to the hospital, but nobody does that.
You know what?
I mean, it was a blister.
At that point, I don't want to hear that. Well, you could have if you just would have done this. Like, shut up. I didn't do it. Dang. I'd be mad.
And he's like, I'll see you in an hour. And I was like, for what? And he's like, that toe's got to come off.
Oh, my God.
I was freaked out.
Is that not insane?
Yes, Cokeith, I didn't know you were diabetic, but yeah.
So diabetics makes it worse. I figured that it had to do with something with her being diabetic. But could you imagine you lose your toe because you were using alcohol to clean it?
And it wasn't a pinky toe. It was the second toe.
Right. It was the long toe,
Yeah.
right beside the big toe.
She said hers is longer than the big toe.
Right. Because there are
Yours?
certain people.
Is
Well,
yours
now I want
longer?
to see which one's longer. Is it your big toe or
Mine's
your
about the same size, but it's just
Jared? Check.
mine's kind of long.
It's
not longer, but it is.
Are you checking it?
Yeah, I'm looking at my toes. Look.
Show the lie.
No, my feet's ashy.
Oh no, yeah. Your big toe is bigger than or longer.
But it's just
The long
It's
toe.
just it's like this. It's like right at it, like that.
Well, now I want to know. I got socks on and everything like that. I don't want to do that. All right. So whatever you do, don't do that. Don't use alcohol or peroxide. Apparently, you're supposed to wash it and do like the Neosporin. That freaked me out. I've had blisters and I put alcohol on it. What do you mean? How y'all not know? Oh, which toe's bigger?
Mm-hmm.
I just never pay attention to that. There's
I
something
knew.
also whenever it comes to your hands, like some people have this finger longer than this finger,
Wait.
and that means something. I don't know what it means. Yeah, yours is close. No, turn it the other way, not your nails. There you go. So your actual, like this finger, some people have
It's
this one
like-
longer than this one. And I don't know if that means you're healthier or what.
Is your ring finger longer than your pointer? Mine's like by a smidge.
Jared,
I
let me see
think.
your hand. Yeah. See, no, yours is definitely longer. Or maybe it's this. You know what it is? It's this one and your pointing finger. That's what it is. So this one is longer than my pointing finger. Let me see yours.
A little bit.
Yours is about the same, Jared.
My ring finger's just a little.
Look up that.
bit.
Yeah, look up the stats on that. What's that supposed to be, Jared?
You just have a longer finger, probably.
I don't think so. It means something health-wise. This is how fake news gets started. Let's talk about crazy roommates. All right, so there's a show on Netflix, and if you're into like the true crime and the murder mysteries and all that kind of stuff, this is the one for you. It's number 2 now on Netflix.
Really?
That quick. It just came out. It's like something crazy roommates, okay? Insane roommate stories. The first episode, I don't want to do a spoiler, but spoiler alert. Just throwing that out there.
Just go ahead.
Okay. Old lady, right? And she starts letting all these people live with her, like renting out rooms and stuff like that, right? And they're like, people that don't have anybody. And so she was just like, oh, I'm just a rich old lady that, wants to do nice things for people. Well, she was a murderer.
Ooh.
She was a serial killer, and she would poison them, and then she would bury them in the backyard. And then if they had Social Security, she would just take the Social Security money. She ended up killing like 6 people.
Oh my gosh, Granny, no.
Right. And it was insane because when they started like looking into her, they were like, there's no way this woman has ever done anything, right? Nah, man. They started digging up her backyard, and then she was like, well, you guys can't really say that that's me. I have no idea how these bodies were here. Can I just get a cup of coffee, or am I under arrest? And they were like, go get a cup of coffee. She ran for it.
Is she still missing?
Well, no, this was a long time ago. They ended up finally arresting her, but like in another state or something.
Oh, wow.
They had to fly her back. Yeah, she ran for it for a long time, and she was like 80-something years old.
Knocking people off.
So here's the question. Have you ever had a roommate that was insane scary? Like something crazy happened. Maybe not like, maybe murder. I don't know. What's the craziest roommate story that you have? Like where you were living with someone and they did something crazy.
This is why I can't do roommates.
Seriously. Yeah. The only crazy roommate I can remember is it was in college, sophomore year. I was going to UT, and I walked in on my roommate because he always had to have his computer in the living room.
Yeah.
I never understood that. All right. It was a desktop, and it had to be in the living room so he could watch TV while he did his schoolwork. And I walked in on him taking care of himself in the living room. And I was like,
I walked in on my roommate several times. One with a guy, one she was by herself.
866-639-4689. Serious stories only, like something crazy went down with you and a roommate. What happened? Call us up. Did they do something wrong? Did they end up? I know that there's a lot of stories where people take someone in and they're living with them.
Yeah.
And then they cross the line with like a significant other.
Right.
We'll take those stories too. You share this morning. We'll get you on the air, all right? 866-639-4689. We're also on live, so you can hit us up with your comments there.
I can't believe this grandma.
You got to watch it. That's just the first episode. There's so much. The second episode, this girl with a guy from Knoxville, Tennessee, he moved out to San Diego or somewhere like that, Orange City, California, and he ended up like murdering her. Yeah, it's like the stories are crazy. I hope my old roommate don't listen and call. I was a bad drunk back then.
You should call in and tell it then.
Yeah, you share your story.
From the drunk's perspective.
Hang on a second. Hang on just a second. The what, chair? Testosterone. Okay, so what does it mean? Yeah, I got. All right. Hey, Jeff, hang on just a second. We got one call ahead of you. All right, let's get these. Girl, I fought all the way to the yard. Hold a second. They would remember better. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is David, man. I'm calling from Anderson, South Carolina.
Okay. Horror roommate stories. What happened?
All right, so I lived with a roommate, man, and he used to sell drugs. And so I had a date over my house one day, and he was making a drug sale. And immediately after he started, another person came in with a gun and robbed all of us. Well, took all of his money, took my phone, took the other girl's phone, and left out. And it was funny because the girl, my date, was like, man, you need to check the girl who originally was buying the drugs because she seemed sketchy, and it turned out to be her boyfriend that robbed us.
She set him up.
And they all went to jail, and it was a big story.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So did your roommate go to jail, too? Because, I mean, he was selling the drugs, too.
And my roommate went to jail, too.
Wow.
Dang. So did the girl ghost you, or did she stay with you?
Yeah. How was the
No,
rest?
no. She stayed with me. I mean, it was only her phone that was taken. We found our phones tossed like at the end of the road, like maybe a mile down the road. Our phones were broke, but they tossed it. I guess they didn't want us to call the cops.
Dude, that's a great story. Thank you for
Dang.
sharing. Wow.
Thanks.
No doubt.
Hi, good morning. Jeff, what do you got for us real quick?
All right, so several years ago when I bought my first house, I've got a roommate, and me and my roommate actually worked at the same place. I worked on first shift, he worked on third shift. So when I would be at work, he would be at home sleeping, and of course when I was at home sleeping, he would be,
Working.
at work, and he would get off and go do his little thing. So one morning I woke up and I stepped out of the bedroom and I looked down the hall and I saw a female just sitting in the couch, and I'm like, who is this? And my buddy was awake, and he said, "Oh, this is Candy." I was like, "Candy?" He's like, "Yeah, we met her down at the strip club." I was like, "Oh, okay." And he was like, "She really, really likes me." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think she really likes a lot of other guys too." So.
Wow. Okay. So your roommate hooked up with a stripper.
I'm in love with a stripper.
I just love the name, by the way.
Candy.
Candy. Very stripper-esque. I don't know if that's her real name. All right. Thank you.
I saw her birth certificate and it didn't say Candy.
Thank you, Jeff. No, not Candy. I love it. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Anonymous Josh, what's up?
All right, Josh.
What's up, Josh?
Crazy true roommate story. What is it?
Oh, man, I got a doozy for you. But I got something to say real quick. Today, I made the last payment on both my wife and my student loans.
Oh,
Hey! That hits hard for Barbie.
God bless you, Josh.
Car note and medical bills, $170,000 over 5 years.
Oh, my gosh.
gosh,
Yeah,
Josh, you are an amazing man. If you want to take on a third,
Stop
here
it.
I am.
All right. We only got a minute, though. Go ahead, real quick. Tell us your
Crazy
story.
roommate story. So it wasn't my roommate, it was his girlfriend.
Okay.
And this little bitty blonde girl, raging alcoholic. She would get so drunk, she would just like bar off bar stools and just pee herself, which goes right in line with this morning. She would pee herself.
Yeah.
So then they would always break up. But so she had already had 2 DUIs. She couldn't drive. So she'd go out and get plastered at the bars and then come over to the apartment like 3, 4 in the morning, beating on the doors. Most of the time he wouldn't even be there. So I would have to go deal with it. And she would not take no for an answer. She wanted to come in like every time. And then mid-conversation, she would just pass out and hit the floor in the hallway. Just bam. And so I had a drunk, passed out blonde girl, and I'm having to drag her into my apartment. And I thought, oh, my God, if any of my neighbors ever popped out and saw me doing this, there's no explaining it.
Right.
Yeah, you're definitely going to
looked
jail.
so
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
Yeah. I just leave her on the carpet because she'd piss herself. Like, so I couldn't put her on the couch.
And then you'd have to
Anyway.
get all of that the get rid of pee stuff that
I
you get
know.
at the pet store.
How long did that last?
Oh, I moved out after like 3 months. I was
Okay.
like in between, just broke up with a girlfriend, like trying to, I was just renting a room. Yeah.
Well,
Somebody asked if her name was Amber.
listen, Josh, we got to get to
She was a
we got to
Jessica.
get off here, but thank you, Josh, and congrats, man. Everybody wants to be your third.
thanks.
Be good.
Yeah.
I saw that comment too. All right, let me get these calls real
Dude,
quick.
that's a blessing. Be glad she passed out. I would not have been able to handle that.
All right, so do we have any roommate stories from the live this morning?
Chris
guys?
says, I had a roommate that had an airsoft gun and he popped the orange tip off and was pointing it at people out the window of the apartment. Someone had called the cops. And when I went to walk my dog, I had the whole police force waiting downstairs about to raid the apartment.
Yo, that's nuts.
That is insane.
Share that one on there. We got about 10 seconds. I'm only going to be able to get this guy's first.
Put her face in her pee to teach her a lesson.
Who said that?
Nyla. When you let people stay, they don't leave.
Here we go. All right, so I found a show that I'm obsessed with right now, and it's that new Netflix show with the roommates, where it's just crazy roommate stories. And so we wanted to see if anybody, well, you're not going to beat the stories that are on the Netflix show.
Yeah, because this show sounds ridiculous.
But we're getting pretty close. Am I right?
Yeah, I would say so.
So give us a call with your crazy but true roommate stories, like the craziest situation that you ever had to deal with whenever you had a roommate. Good morning. We're going to start with this guy out of Anderson. Share your story.
All right, so I lived with a roommate, man, and he used to sell drugs. And so I had a date over my house one day, and he was making a drug sale. Immediately after he started, another person came in with a gun and robbed all of us. Well, took all of his money, took my phone, took the other girl's phone, and left out. And it was funny because the girl, my date, was like, man, you need to check the girl who originally was buying the drugs because she seemed sketchy, and it turned out to be her boyfriend that robbed us.
She set him up.
And they all went to jail, and it was a big story.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So did your roommate go to jail, too? Because, I mean, he was selling the drugs, too.
And my roommate went to jail, too.
Wow.
Dang. So did the girl ghost you, or did she stay with you?
Yeah, how was the...
No. She stayed with me. I mean, it was only her phone that was taken. We found our phones tossed, like, at the end of the road, like maybe a mile down the road. Our phones were broke, but they tossed it. I guess they didn't want us to call the cops.
Well, shout out to that girl for staying. Like,
I definitely would have ghosted you. I would have left and be like, nope, can't do this because phone or not.
right.
Uh-uh.
Could you imagine getting robbed on a date and you're like, nah, you know what? I'm going to stay with this guy. You know, it's always a fun time. Never know what's going to happen.
No.
Thrill Seeker, 866-639-4689. All right, so far we've got a roommate that was a drug dealer that also dealt with a robbery.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you beat that story? 866-639-4689. Crazy but true roommate stories.
Was your roommate a gremlin?
Yeah. Hey, good morning. We've got one call ahead of you. Stand by. Yo, these stories are nuts. Here we go. Let's see what James has got. Hey, good morning. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
James from Greenville.
What up,
What's
James?
up, James?
Go ahead,
Hey,
man.
guys.
What do you got?
This wasn't me, but I knew the people involved. There was an old guy I knew. He let a friend, so-called, move in with him. And I told him he shouldn't do it. And they both were like 60, 63, 64.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he got beat up one night real bad, put in the hospital, and he was robbed. And I said, yeah.
Oh, your phone
Yeah.
cut out. Wait. You said what now?
I said he had a guy he let move in with him, and then he was beaten up and robbed for a Social Security check. And I asked him if he had any idea who done it. And he said, yeah, but we're not going to worry about it. The guy all of a sudden disappeared. I was sitting at my grandma's house. I said, did a dog or something die around here, Mama? She said, not that I know of. I said, when did the neighbor put that big lock on their garage? She said, I don't know. Well, a couple of other neighbors smelled it, called the cops. They cut the lock off the garage, and the guy was in the garage dead.
Shut up. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So,
and,
okay.
so I looked at my grandma, and I said, do you think? And she said, just never mention this.
As you call a radio show to
Yep.
mention it.
Yeah.
Well, it was 30 plus years ago.
Right. So you're saying that, so who murdered him? Was it the guy that let the guy move in with him, or was it the guy that would beat up the dude for the insurance or the social?
The guy who was beat up did it.
So, okay. So he got revenge and he murdered the guy. Wow.
Did he go to
And
jail?
put him across the street from my grandmother's house.
Yo, that's crazy.
Nobody knew. Nobody could prove he did it.
Damn. Okay.
Well,
James, thank you for your call.
Thank you.
All right. And
Dude, that's
Oh.
insane.
Lulu, what the heck? Had a roommate whose girlfriend was crazy and came home one night and found her boyfriend cheating on her. 3 dudes and the girlfriend punched a hole in his bedroom door. It bursted her main artery in her hand, bled all over my house. When the cops showed up, the EMS
Lulu.
said she would have died in my house if I didn't call the cops because she would have bled to death. The girlfriend ended up going to jail and spending the night in jail and came back the next morning. Toxic.
Yo, that's crazy. Good morning. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, my name's Megan. I'm from Toccoa.
All right, Megan, real quick,
So-
tell us your story. What happened?
Okay, so I had two roommates that I worked with. I was like, they needed help. I was going to let them move in. The original agreement was that they paid for food and they watched my children. After about a month, they stopped paying for food, and I was like, that's fine as long as you watch my kids. And I found out very fast their version of watching my kids was I'm going to put them in a room and let them do whatever they want. My son ended up falling off of his bed and had to get staples in the back of his head. And they said it's not our fault. We couldn't have seen that coming. So I eventually tried to evict them, and then they threatened to get my kids taken away. They told me I was an awful mom. They tried to get me arrested, a whole bunch of stuff. And then they ended up busting a hole in my wall and breaking my window.
Yeah, that's a bad roommate. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Terrible.
Damn.
Never let rent be watching my kids.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. Thank you for
I
your
was trying
call.
to help because they were moving.
Yeah, no, understand. Thank you very much. Yeah. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
We're going to say Dolly, and I'm calling from Greenville.
Okay, real quick, share your story. What happened?
I got woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning one morning, and my roommate at the time, I did not know that her friend had been up all night doing Molly, not to mention that she was pregnant.
Oh,
but
God.
I delivered her baby.
You delivered her baby?
In a trailer.
The baby was ready to come.
Gosh.
Wait, what'd you just say? Wait.
The baby was, we lived in this little rinky-dink trailer park off of Anderson Road.
Oh.
And so, while I was on the phone with 911 delivering this baby, they said, do all this and that. And I said, I'm not touching that thing. I don't know where it's being, honey, but
What, the baby?
Yeah, so no, the female.
Oh, yeah. You don't know where she's been, right?
Yeah.
So
right, yeah.
So did she go to
We
jail?
were like day and night. Huh?
Did she go to jail?
Well, for some godforsaken reason, when I stepped out the room, I don't know if the baby had used the bathroom because, like normally they've got to catch that first urine and whatever. And I think the other girl done that. And they ended up letting her keep the baby, but you could tell something wasn't right with that baby. I mean, I felt so bad, but she ain't my roommate no more.
Hell, it had just taken a whole Molly before it being delivered.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
Right.
Okay. Thank you for your call. We got to
That's
hop
what
off.
ended it.
Okay. Yeah, you
Bye.
kicked him out, right?
Bye.
Bye. Jeez, that was such a roller coaster. I don't even know what to say. Oh, jeez.
So many things I could say, and I'm just like, should I say it? But
I don't.
Baby was like rolling, trying to get them out of here, God. Jeez. Whoa. Never have I ever.
Yeah, seriously, and I don't have enough time to edit.
Oh, Anderson Road, child.
I'm just shook.
Shooketh.
I don't even know what to say.
The core.
Like some of these stories, okay. So if you're just joining us, this is how it all started. Because I've gotten addicted to this show called, Crazy Roommates or something like that. It's number 2 on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
And there's a reason because it's an insane show.
But I think we need to have some of these people that have called in on this show.
Well, and that's the thing that, if you listen to the show, there's a lot of people that try to figure out how we're so successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you right now, it's because of you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the people that call this show and share these stories, I mean, when I started this, I said there's no way we would be able to beat the Netflix show, right? Nah, man. Netflix ain't got nothing on us right now.
All.
And I don't even know where to start with this woman. So she called into the show. She wants to be known as Dolly. And, I mean, it's just such an insane, it's a sad story. I'm going to tell you right now, but it's real.
It is too real.
And we want to know, these real crazy roommate stories. You got to be careful who you let live with you.
That
and
part.
We're on live, by the way, if you want to catch some of these, because a lot of these calls are going to be edited for radio, but everything comes in raw on the lives. Good morning. Go ahead, Dolly.
I got woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning one morning, and my roommate at the time, I did not know that her friend had been up all night doing Molly, not to mention that she was pregnant.
Oh,
but
God.
I delivered her baby.
You delivered her baby?
In a trailer.
The baby was
Oh
ready
my
to come.
gosh.
Wait, what'd you just say? Wait.
The baby was, yeah, we lived in this little rinky-dink trailer park off of Anderson Road. And so, yeah, while I was on the phone with 911 delivering this baby, they said, you know, do all this and that. And I said, I'm not touching that thing. I don't know where it's being, honey, but
What, the baby?
Yeah, so no, the female.
Oh, yeah. You don't know where she's been,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
right, yeah.
So did she go to jail?
We were like day and night, huh?
Did she go to jail?
Well, for some godforsaken reason, when I stepped out the room, I don't know if the baby had used the bathroom because, you know, like normally they've got to catch that first urine and whatever. And I think the other girl done that, and they ended up letting her keep the baby, but you could tell something wasn't right with that baby.
Oh, gosh, that's awful. Awful. I just can't
Molly
even
with the baby.
Why would you even do that? Like you have a responsibility. As soon as you get pregnant, I'm sorry. They say that you can drink a little bit of alcohol. Sorry, cutting that out. Cut everything out. No
You said
Advil.
Molly.
What are we doing here? That's insane. And as crazy as that is, we're about to talk to James here in about 10 minutes. And he has a story that honestly could be on this crazy roommate story.
Yeah, he needs to call in for real.
And I'm really shook because like when he's telling this story, he was like, my grandma told me not to tell anybody, and I'm thinking to myself, so you call a radio show?
Grandma, he told us the secrets.
Coming up, just about 10 minutes, we'll go ahead and get to his. If you have a crazy but true roommate story, 866-639-4689.
I want to go to Anderson Road now.
I don't ever want to go near that place.
I just want to see.
That's insane.
I want to go see the trailer.
Y'all, I just don't even.
The Dex and Barbie T Morning Show. This is it.
I'm just shook. It wasn't me, but it was a friend, his roommate. Oh my gosh. And none of them knew it until the police came to serve a search warrant because the guy was stealing money from people, like a lot of money. How much money are we talking about here? Ah, crap. Now we got other calls. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Rachel from Spartanburg.
What's up, Rachel?
What do you got for us?
Hey. Okay, so this was my ex-brother-in-law was living with us, okay? And we lived in a little trailer park in the GR, minding our own business, and I think my youngest daughter was like maybe 4 months old at the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't married or anything, so it was me and my ex and his brother all live in this trailer. So my brother-in-law had broken up with his baby mama, and he had had a little thing with this girl that she in bed, and she found out. The baby mama did. So the baby mama called the Greenville County Sheriff's Office and told them that this guy that had escaped from jail in Georgia was at our house. And what's so crazy is this guy's grandmother lived in the same trailer park. So they believed it. So we're sound asleep, and I hear bam, 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 bam. And you can hear helicopters, spotlights are coming through the windows. And I'm waking up my ex. That's why I'm like, wake up, the cops are here. He's like, I'm not going to the door, you go to the door. So I go to the door, and I open the door, and there's this big, huge, huge gun in my face. And they're like, where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? And I'm like, who are you talking about? I'm like, there's nobody here but me and so-and-so and so-and-so. And they were had this picture of the guy in their hand, and literally there was the news, there was helicopters, there was every freaking cop that you could think of was at our trailer. And they came in, they looked everywhere. Of course, he wasn't there, and they left. But that was the most crazy experience ever. And we didn't get evicted or anything, but yeah, it was whack. And then that didn't do any good. So a week later, her brother, the baby mama's brother, came by and shot my car up.
Whoa! Why he shoot your car up?
I guess because it was, I don't know, I guess he was trying to shoot our house up, but he shot my car up instead. And what made it so bad is I just got my computer and my car fixed, which was $500, and it messed all of that up. So, yeah, it was, needless to say, my brother-in-law did not live with us any longer after that. We're like, you got to go.
Yeah, he got to go.
But yeah, but the next day after the cop thing, like the cops called me and they're like, "We're so sorry," blah 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 blah. But yeah,
That's a
it was crazy.
lawsuit. I would have
It
sued.
was so crazy. Oh my God, it was crazy. They looked through everything, looked through our drawers, everything, like everywhere. It was crazy.
All right. Thank you, babes.
Bye.
Bye.
I love how when you say thank you, she's like, all right, I guess I'll go. Good morning. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hey, good morning. What's your name? Where you calling from? That's why I didn't have my mic in. Good morning. What's your name?
Ashley.
Ashley. Go ahead. Share your story.
Well, it really wasn't about a roommate, but it was these neighbors that had become really close friends, and they were staying in a tent. So I allowed them to stay in my home while I was staying with my boyfriend at the time. And I went back the next day, and they had changed the locks, and I had to go through a whole process of getting them evicted. Called the cops out there. I couldn't even enter my own home because I had allowed them to stay the night. At the end of the day, when they finally, after the 30 days of being evicted, I went in and they had ruined it to where it was unlivable. They had used the bathroom in a bucket, had animals using the bathroom on the floor, and would just put pizza boxes all over it instead of cleaning it up. So needless to say, I lost my home for letting someone that was a friend of mine stay there and get out of the cold.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they would have stayed in that tent, baby. What?
Right.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They stayed in a tent in your neighborhood? Like, how does that work?
I mean, it happens.
I don't know.
Okay.
It happens.
Yeah. And was this your place or was it your boyfriend's place? Whose apartment or house was this?
It was a single wide trailer in a trailer park. and
I was gonna ask.
pretty
I didn't
much
want to
owned
ask,
it.
but I was gonna
Yeah,
ask. Was it a
I
trailer?
owned it. But I was staying with my boyfriend at the time because there was no power or anything like that.
Yeah.
And just to get them out of the cold and out of the tent. I mean, they were really good friends. Like if anybody pulled up or anything went on, they would always call me and be like, "Hey, is this person supposed to be there?" And they become really good friends over time. And
Wait. They would say that to you as they were living in the tent outside your area, and so they'd be like, "Yo,
Right.
oh, okay. Well, that's damn."
They were watching out for me. So I let them stay there. It got really cold outside. I told them that they could stay there since I wasn't staying there. And the next day I go over there. They've changed the locks. They booby-trapped it where you couldn't get in. And I even called Pickens County to see if I could, which that explains a lot. It's in Pickens County.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that either. That's so bad. Oh, damn. All right.
Listen, have you heard from them since? Like, did you see them afterwards?
Nope. I actually went to check my mail over there one day, and I seen them, and it took everything I have not to punch them in the face.
Yeah, I
Because
kicked
they
their
just took
tent.
my kindness for weakness,
Yeah. Okay. And why would they? You had a bathroom that worked in there, right?
No power, no running water or anything. That's why I wasn't staying there.
Oh, so this was just an extra place that you guys had.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I like I said, I was living with my boyfriend at the time.
Okay. Hey, listen, thank you so much for sharing your story. We'll talk to you again sometime. Thank you.
Definitely would have chose violence, extreme violence. Like,
y'all. Whoa, what a day.
And now I just want to hear trailer park stories because the last 3 are trailer park stories. I've never I want to go visit. I wish I'd known. I'll find a random Pickens trailer park to go to.
Yo, we could do Trailer Park Thursdays. Like, hey, crazy stuff from the trailer park on Thursdays. Yeah, I'm down with that.
That is
everybody else?
insane.
Anybody think that's wrong or you like it? Man, this happens to me, and I will catch a case. Yeah, I would totally understand that,
That is
Linda.
insane.
Listen, Linda, that's crazy. All right, I got to get the
You've
murder
seen one
story.
trailer. You've seen it,
guys.
You've seen in it. You so silly.
We got to wrap. Did I miss any good stories off of our lives or anything along that lines?
I think we got them all.
Okay. All right. Guys, take care. We will talk to you guys tomorrow, Friday. We made it to the weekend, right?
I know, finally.
Huh? Yes. All right. So we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care. Why do I always want to hang up?